Welcome back, trainers! So, ever since I've been using my Shadow Mawile, there's been one question that keeps coming up quite frequently, and I haven't really made a video on it. I've kind of done a side-by-side comparison, as we're going to take a look at here before we get into the actual Go Battle League battles without the Shadow Mawile and just the regular one that we do see here with these IVs, same moveset, and shiny as well. And that is going to be, people are saying, well, how does the regular Mawile perform? Can you test that one out? Taking a look at PV Poke here, just disregard the Snorlax. We do have Mawile with Shadow, and then the regular Mawile, in which the Shadow is going to be performing a lot better, as you can see, ranked at 111 compared to the regular at 138. I mean, it's not that much better, right? So, going up against Spark here, same movesets, you've probably seen this multiple times, as I do display it quite often, because it is a good comparison for you to get an idea as to what's the difference here. So we know that Shadow Pokemon, and if you're not aware, Shadow Pokemon do perform 20% better as far as damage, but they're going to be taking 20% more damage in return. So leaving the regular Pokemon, non-Shadows, bulkier, but with less attack, obviously, here. While the Shadows are going to be taking more damage and outputting more damage, right? So in my experience here, I'm going to tell you straight up, with these battles, I'm going to call out specific parts where a Shadow would have been more useful and where the regular Mawile is going to be coming in handy and taking that damage a lot better. I'm going to say Shadow, folks, but let's go ahead and just see what we have going on here. So jumping right into Go Battle League here, we are met with an Azumarill with our regular Mawile. So we're going to go ahead and retreat immediately because that's not a position that I want to be in. So they're going to be swapping into Skarmory, which is going to be the correct call because they don't want that Skarmory to be matched up with my Mawile later on and preserving that Azumarill. So we're just going to go ahead and go with this Ice Beam here. Now, there were several incidences where I just needed a sliver more damage, and if I would have been able to do that with, say, the Shadow Mawile, I could have potentially took a few extra wins here, but there is going to be an incident where the regular Mawile is able to take more damage and survive a little bit longer, in which the Shadow probably would have went down, and we were able to take the win in that case. So in comes the Galarian Stunfisk here. So this is a matchup that I absolutely love being in with my Shadow Mawile. So we're just going to be able to take the hits that much better, but obviously do less damage here. So we do have to fire up the Fire Fang here, and I think at this point they realize that it's a game over, so they do back out, and I'm able to take the win there. So not too much of a display there, and we're met with a Superior for our next battle. Very interesting, very odd. I never run into Superior when I'm using my regular Mawile, never, and I use this same team comp as well, but I ran into several, which was super weird. Anyways, we're going to be able to just vamp up this Fire Fang like usual and just keep tearing it in. You know, I would have been down into the red, probably just one more Fire Fang at this point, would have been able to take it out, but as you can see, we're still stuck in the battlefield here trying to take this thing out, and it's actually able to get to another charge move in which the Shadow would have long taken it out, and it still would have had health left over as well. So they're going to be bringing in the Licky Licky. We do go down, so at least the regular Mawile was able to take down a Grass type. I mean, that's good, right? Thank goodness. Alrighty, so as you can see, it's not performing as well, alright? I mean, it's okay, and if you still want to use the regular Mawile, by all means, go for it. It's not going to be like some super horrible Pokemon compared to the Shadow. Using the Shadow so much, I've come used to doing a lot more damage, and when I was using this regular Mawile, I was like, yeah, well, you know, we're taking hits better, but, I mean, the damage is not there. So, they're going to be bringing in their Jirachi, and we're going to be rocking the Hypno with Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball for now. We do have several of those Hypnos with different movesets for whatever team comp we do have going on here. They're able to get to another Doom Desire. We're going to go ahead and shield this up. Building up quite a bit of energy. We need to burn these shields off this thing quickly so we can get this Shadow Ball through. It's going to be very close to the wire. Let's see if we're going to be able to pull it off here. Obviously, the Mawile up against this thing would have just been fantastic. Would have been able to do a lot of damage with that Fire Fang, but that's just too bad. So sad we're not able to do that right now. Able to get to the Shadow Ball, folks. This is game here. So thank goodness. All right, we're able to still take these wins with the regular Mawile. Now let's see what we have here. Now this is very interesting. This is a matchup that I like to be in as well with my Shadow. With the regular Mawile, we're just not doing enough damage to take them out, and you're going to see exactly what happens here. So we're going to vamp this up. They pull out their shield, not very effective, but still it's going to preserve that health for them to survive just enough Typically, with the regular Mawile here is actually going to help him. With the Shadow, it doesn't so much. All right, so we let that go through. Now, technically, I think I would have had that Raichu if I was using my Shadow. All right, and that Raichu does retreat with energy ready to go. A Thunder Punch, I would assume, so not so hot. They're swapping into Skarmory here, and we're going to be going into our Hypno, going for that Thunder Punch, super effective damage. And just going to continue on here and see what we can pull off. So we wanted to swap and catch this. Unfortunately, we're a little too slow, so we're going to let this go through, and they have another one back to back. So, all right. They're using all that energy. We're going to be bringing in our Azumarill, and at this point, we have lost. Could we win? I mean, maybe if they really messed up, but they're in a great winning position here. And I'm going to say not, I mean, all right, pretty much because of the first matchup. I mean, a lot of it relies on that, winning that matchup in the beginning. And since the regular Mawile was not able to output enough damage to take out that Raichu unless I did burn more shields, now we're not looking good, right? So we got to burn a little bit of extra shields so we can survive long enough to get off the damage as opposed to the Shadow. So they're bringing in that Skarmory to catch a charge move or something. That just goes down. That's fine. We're going to be building up energy in hopes that we're going to... There's no way we're going to be able to do this. I thought the Alolan Raichu may have had a little bit of less health, that we would have been able to just do one bubble, but they're sitting on plenty of health and also a charge move. So, yeah, shields are down. They've got this in the bag. In comes the Raichu. And do you see how much health they have? That Shadow would have been able to do it for me. So there is one loss because of the regular Mawile. Into the next battle here. This is very interesting. It's funny. They instantly quit, unfortunately, because they do probably have the Caleb painting. And it's kind of annoying because I wanted to see how well the regular Mawile would have been able to handle that, if it would have been able to do it by itself. We've seen the Shadow Mawile take out those teams all by itself before dozens of times, right? So this is crazy. We have another Mawile here. So let me fill you in on how these matchups go. We are actually lagging. As you can see, they were able to get us into the yellow first, which indicates lag. It's not IVs. It's because we missed a Fire Fang. But watch something very interesting. You don't shield up the Power Punch. You just keep going, folks, okay? That's what you do. It doesn't matter if you're Shadow or if you're regular Mawile and you're in that mirror. Just keep going and don't shield. All right, anyways, so down goes the Mawiles. We had a mirror KO, which usually happens. They're bringing in the Mantane, and they're going to be swapping into Germanitan. Interesting. That's the first time I've ever seen this in Go Battle League before. I could imagine it's pretty good because it does have that Fire Fang doing a lot of damage. We've seen Mawile before, so kind of makes me want to give it a shot. It even has Rock Slide for coverage there. So very interesting. Probably a little squishy too, though. In comes the Mantane again, and we're going to be able to take this thing out. And they didn't use a shield. We didn't use a shield. They're like, what the heck just happened? All right, so on to the next battle here. We're met with another Superior. This is what I'm telling you. What in the world? I never see these things in the lead. I mean, we've used it before. It is pretty good for sure. But the minute I'm using a regular Mawile, I'm starting to see them. No algorithm, right. Obviously, I can't complain about this matchup, but it's just so odd. Anyways, we're just going to truck on here. We're not using a shield here. No, thank you. So at this point, with the Shadow, we would have already been able to take them out. They would have been gone. So we're able to barely survive and take them out, at least, without using a shield. But with the Mawile, we would have been able to have energy built up, I do believe. We have energy built up. We have an Iron Head, but barely able to survive that. And it was a Galarian Stunfisk. Should have went for Power Up Punch. I just went for the hardest hitting move, whatever they would have bring out. Anyways, we're going to be bringing in our Azumarill here, sitting on 2 shields. They're going for Earthquake. Oh boy, I mean, that's not the worst. Saving our energy, they're bringing in Pelipper, and we're going to be swapping right into our Hypno with Thunder Punch to handle this. It's going to be doing a massive amount of damage because it is going to be flying and water type. And both of those typings are going to be weak to electric here. So they're hitting us with a Weather Ball. Hypno being the tank that it is, just taking that hit nicely. We're going to go ahead and shield this up to preserve the health on this thing. No need to get greedy with the shields at this point because we do have an Azumarill back there. Not very effective. We don't want to build up all the way to an Ice Beam for it. Able to barely get to another Thunder Punch here. They're shielding it up. What's it going to be? And they swap to take us out while we had energy. Very nice, but that's fine. Our Azumarill is built up with a Hydro Pump. We're going to go ahead and take that out here. We still have a shield left in case they go for like Hurricane or something. We're going to go ahead and shield this up here and just bubble them down, I think. Or maybe, okay, we get off the Ice Beam and I guess in a bit of a panic, or we just didn't want him to sneak in some sort of extra charge move and take us out. Watch. That would happen to me. Next battle, another freaking Mawile. What? Okay, let's go Mawile army. Let's go Mawile gang. Let's get it. So, like I said, you don't shield this up. You just let it go through. It's a waste of a shield. You're going to have a simultaneous KO anyways. Even if they shield up, I do believe it's still going to be a simultaneous KO. We're able to win that, possibly because of IVs, because my attack IV is better, or there was just like a putter of lag for them, and they missed one Fire Fang at one point after they got off their charge or something. So they were going to be bringing in the Azumarill, going for that play rough, and we're bringing in our Hypno, of course, to handle that, but they make a beautiful swap into Probopass to catch that not very effective Ice Beam. I must say that was a good swap there, that dirty swap. They should be fixing that soon, so prepare yourself for that to not be there in the future. And we're going to go ahead and go for Ice Beam, trying to get a shield, and fantastic we do. We don't really want one of these Thunderbolts to get through. That is going to hurt us quite a bit. We will be able to survive, no problem, but we want to preserve the health a little bit longer. Let's see if we can get that last shield out of this thing here. Going for that Ice Beam, and what's going to be... Oh man, we're so close. This is going to bring us very low. And we're able to get to the Ice Beam here. I don't really need to do a Hydro Pump at this point. But they made a swap into their Azumarill. Again, another dirty swap. I can't wait till that is removed. I know how to use it. I know how to do that and everything. It's just so annoying. Anyways, they're going to get to a charge move here. And we're just going to see what we can do here. Barely. Yeah, this is another one. I don't think it would have really made a difference with the Shadow Mawile, to be honest with you. They just outplayed us very nicely with those swaps to catch not very effective charge moves. Well played, good games. Next battle, we're met with a Sphylis. This is a matchup that we absolutely love. Body Slam, not very effective. Dark Pulse, not very effective. Dragon Breath, not very effective. Extremely not very effective to Mawile. So they're going to be swapping into Stunfisk, and we're going to be going into our Azumarill here. And if you're wondering, why would you do that? That's going to just take you out. I mean, we can rival this thing with our Azumarill here. We're just going to have to use a shield, because we are still doing super effective damage right back. We can take 2 of those discharges. Not super comfortably, but we can. I do want to preserve the health a little bit longer here. Farm a little bit, and then go for the Ice Beam here. Let's see if we can get another shield out of them as well. And we do. So now we're playing a shield this game. We throw in our Hypno to catch this charge move here. And just farm up, expecting them to swap as well. And they go into their Sphylis perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and, well, we have no more shields. They go for Body Slam though. Alright, maybe thinking that I have an Ice Punch ready to go. They wanted to get out that damage before they took all that, I guess. Dark Pulse would have definitely one-shotted us there, and they're able to farm us down. Very nice. Going to be going in here with the Mawile, resisting all of those moves, going straight for the Power Punch. Super effective. And let's see what they're going to hit us with. More than likely a Body Slam here. That's what it is. Maybe they only have Body Slam because that secondary move on Sphylis is quite expensive, especially those candies. And the lack of dinos with this event, it is supposed to highlight it, but we hardly see them around. We don't need to go down that road. We've been down that topic several times. Anyways, we're met with a Lucario, and at this point I was thinking, lovely, probably going to lose this one here. So they are building up energy. A little bit too much for me to expect a Shadow Ball. I think they're trying to bait. But yeah, there you have the comparisons, folks. And guess what? The star of the show is going to be coming in and taking them out. So regular Mawile works great. It still performs. So go ahead and use it. Thanks for watching, trainers. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.